Hello, I'm here today with Igor from Mr. Floor. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Amy. How are you? Nice to be with you.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate your time. So nice of you to do this for us.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
Yeah, it was interesting because you and I were just together a couple weeks ago now.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a couple of Saturdays ago, I think.
Yeah. So tell me about Mr. Floor and what made you get into this business.
Yeah. So Mr. Floor was founded in the mid 80s. So we've been at it for a number of years now, and it started out as a very small operation. My dad actually started the company while I was away to school, and I really had sort of no initial plans to join the firm, but he made me an offer I couldn't refuse, so to speak, and so I joined the company. It's been well over 25 years for me, and I basically have just watched the company grow and blossom into what we are today. And so we're over a 30-year-old business now, and we service the entire Chicagoland area, and we're very well known and very well respected in our industry as professionals that we more or less know what we're doing and can recommend the proper products and services to our clients and take very good care of people.
So what do you do?
So we are a full service flooring company. So we will have clients contact us for any number of different flooring needs, specifically if they're looking to install a wood floor, for example, match an existing wood floor, maybe sand and refinish an existing wood floor into a different color, do any number of different repairs to wood flooring. We have clients that call us post-water damage, for example, refrigerator leaks, dishwasher problems where the floors become flooded and parts of the floor need to be taken apart and restored and fully refinished. So any of those sorts of services we absolutely can help people with. And again, if you're looking for a new product, you're just looking, for example, maybe you're buying a home and there's carpeting and you wanted to switch the carpeting out and put in some wood flooring. We have a lot of different options. Many of our products are unique and proprietary to us. We actually partner directly with flooring mills and manufacturers, and we can specify any number of different formats of flooring. We have our own color lines. We have our own formats that we like for the mills to manufacture that are a little bit different, a little bit better than maybe even industry standard. So clients will come to us for our expertise and some of the unique products that we can bring to the table.
Great. Do you strictly do hardwood floors?
That's the lion's share of our business, but we also do other types of flooring. So we can help you with, for example, carpet installations. We can do tile. We actually have a full kitchen and bath remodeling division within our company that can handle, remodeling of a kitchen or a bathroom, for example. So clients will use us for any number of individual products and services, or in some cases, really in many cases, they'll use us as a turnkey company where, we'll come in from A to Z and handle the entire project.
Oh, great. So I learned something from you when we were on the radio show together. You were talking about preparing your home for winter. And, I've been in this business for over 14 years, and I haven't ever heard someone explain so succinctly what you did about your flooring in the winter months. And I thought this was incredibly important to share with our clients, friends, and family. So how do we prepare for these cold months ahead?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a topic that really comes up a lot this time of the year. Specifically because we are getting into the winter months and it's cold and the heating system is on. And so one of the things that we try to do at Mr. Floor is we try to really educate our clients on what they would need to do to prepare their homes for winter and what that sort of means with respect to having a wood floor that is in your home and, what that home needs to be set at, for example, from a temperature perspective or a relative humidity perspective? And those are some of the things that that we were discussing on the show together a few weeks ago. And so the topic really is, how to properly prepare your home for winter with respect to a wood floor. And what that simply means is, as the temperature outside starts to drop, as it's been doing for the last 3-4 weeks already, and it's very, very cold, the heating system in your home has a tendency to actually dry the home out. And as we know, what typically happens with wood flooring in a winter environment, especially in a dry home, is that we wind up seeing gaps. We start to see cracks and gaps in between floorboards as a direct result of this drop in relative humidity. So the colder it gets, the more that heating system is pumping hot, dry air into the home. And if you don't counteract that with the use of a humidifier or even some freestanding humidifiers, unless you have one on your furnace as well, but you have to be able to get that relative humidity up, and the minimum requirement is 30%. So most people, may or may not be able to achieve 30%, but you certainly don't want to be in a situation where your home is so dry that you're getting, static shocks and you kind of feel that cotton mouth sort of effect where it's just so dry in the home. It's not good for us as individuals, and it's certainly not good for our floors. And so, again, the discussion is, before it gets really, really cold, start to prepare your home to receive that additional relative humidity through the use of humidifiers and get that relative humidity up so that you don't wind up with gaps. So the biggest misconception is, there's something wrong with my floor because I have gaps. Well, the correct way to look at that is it's sort of not the problem, it's the symptom of a problem, and that problem really is just a dry environment.
Okay, so the humidifier is incredibly important at this time of year.
Critical. It is absolutely critical, and this is the mistake that many of our clients make, and certainly anyone listening, I'm sure can relate to having some itchy skin and maybe some cracked skin in the winter. All of that is related to a dry environment. So wood is hygroscopic, meaning that it will absolutely expand and contract in the environment in which it lives. And when you see those gaps or those cracks developing in your wood floors, that should let you know that your home is very, very dry. So, absolutely turn on a humidifier. And again, if you don't have one installed on your furnace, the recommendation is to actually use a freestanding humidifier or multiple humidifiers to get your relative humidity up as close to 30% as possible.
And you were talking about a monitor light that you can put in your house that will tell you what your humidity is at and everything.
Right. So, so the question is, how does one know if they're at 30% or if they're at 3%, right? So you can't sort of determine that just by looking, sort of casually in your home, unless, again, your floors are kind of giving you that little bit of a clue that if they're getting smaller and if the gaps are increasing, then it's fairly, dry. But there is an instrument, and you're absolutely right, Amy. It is called a Thermo Hygrometer. And a Thermo Hygrometer is something you can pick up in any number of places. Any big box store will have them. We sell them on our website at mrfloor.com. And what it's basically designed to do is designed to instantly read the relative humidity and the temperature in your home. So it's a small little device, typically runs on batteries. Again, it's called the Thermo Hygrometer. You turn it on, and it just gives you constant instant readings of the room and what its relative humidity and temperature are at that particular moment. So if you see that Thermo Hygrometer is telling you that it's under 30%, that's when you know you need to do something to increase that relative humidity.
Okay. And we also talked about, and I see it often, or not often, I see it often enough though, where I'll walk into a house and I'll see the floors warping in one direction or another. What's that about?
Yeah, so typically, the technical term for that could be buckling, it could be cupping. They're similar but different in some cases. So in cases where floors are doing those sorts of things, typically that's a sign of too much moisture or possibly the presence of water. So, for example, I literally was in a home yesterday. A client called and said that there's something wrong with her floor. And so the first question I had for her is, what's wrong? And she said that her floor was buckling. So, buckling is kind of like a hump in your floor. So I said I'd be happy to come on and take a look. So I came out yesterday to take a look at the floor, and the location of this sort of hump or bump in her floor was kind of unique. It was in the kitchen, and it was about 10 feet away from the refrigerator, but it was about 5 feet away from the dishwasher. And so I walked in, and I more or less knew instantly that there was a leak. And she was telling me that she really had not seen any water on the surface of the floor, which is not unusual. The leak typically originates behind the appliance and sort of collects underneath, and then the floor absorbs all of that moisture or water, and then it starts to shift. It starts to move. That hump or that bump or that cupping can develop. And so I actually had another instrument with me called a moisture meter, and a moisture meter measures the resistance of the floor, and it's calibrated to the particular species that we're measuring. And so in her case, it was a red oak floor. As soon as I put that moisture meter on the surface of the floor, it lit up like a Christmas tree to let me know that about an inch below the surface of that floor, there was the presence of water. It was absolutely soaking wet underneath, even though she saw no water whatsoever on the surface of the floor. So my recommendation to her was to immediately contact a plumber and to pull both appliances out and check to see which one may be the culprit. And so, this is the call that comes into us almost on a daily basis, where people actually think that there's, maybe something wrong with their floor, but in reality, it could be, the toilet in the powder room leaking, it could be the dishwasher, it could be the refrigerator. Any number of plumbing issues can cause floors to shift and move as they react to that change in environment.
And so she goes and she fixes the plumbing issue. Does the floor end up okay at the end? Do the boards need to be replaced? What's a solution for the floor then?
Yeah, very good question. So the way that we typically approach water damage is once the source of the water has been stopped, our recommendation, unless it's a severe catastrophic event where, just gallons and gallons of water spilled out onto the floor, if it's a slow leak causing the floor to warp like that, our first approach would be to actually wait and to ask the homeowner to put a fan and possibly even a dehumidifier to blow across the surface of that floor and let the floor dry out. And we will be happy to actually come out and regularly monitor and take moisture readings of that floor as it's drying. And we're also monitoring the condition of that floor. So in other words, as it's drying, the goal and the hope is that floor continues to relax. And in many cases, Amy, it will actually relax all the way down to a completely flat state, as though nothing had ever happened to it. So, it's critical to get to that leak as fast as possible, stop that leak if in fact an appliance is leaking, and then immediately put a fan to blow across the surface of that floor to accelerate the drying of the floor. And then we can come in and monitor. And if we can get that floor to relax all the way back down, and if it can do that, and again, in many cases it can, you really have nothing else to do. That floor is perfectly fine, and you don't have to do any repair to it.
That's great. So let me ask you, if somebody has this issue, but maybe they're a second owner of a home, or, you weren't the ones that installed the flooring, is this something that you would help people with also?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We get calls from clients that, were referred to us by a friend, a family member, a coworker, and, maybe they found us online. So we will help clients of various types with this issue if they're experiencing that. So, the call will come into us, typically as, hey, there's something wrong with my floor. And after a little bit of a conversation, we can, in most cases, at least identify what may be happening. In some cases, we'll have to come out, and we're happy to do so, and physically take a look at the floor and see if we can identify what may be happening. It could be something simple. It could be, again, an environmental issue, for example, a dry home, or in the summertime, a home that's maybe a little bit too too high on the relative humidity scale, where the air conditioning is not able to keep up and cool the home down and actually remove excess moisture, in which case you'll actually get swelling and warping and sort of cupping of the floor. So all of those types of calls come to us regularly. And again, I've got a hump or a bump in my floor. That type of call comes in. So we'll ask probing questions to try to figure out, when did it start? What did you notice? What are you seeing now? We'll come on site if necessary, take some baseline readings, and then sort of assist the client from that point. But absolutely, feel free to have any one of those types of clients give us a call, and we'll be happy to assist.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. So is there anything else that we need to know as far as preparing our home for winter?
There is. So the one other item that we're constantly talking to our clients about, and this comes up a lot, is how do we properly maintain our wood floors? And this is a topic that is really becoming a little bit more sort of pressing this time of the year as well, because you're bringing in snow, you're bringing in salt, you're bringing in snow melt, maybe excessive dirt on the bottoms of your shoes into your home. And so the question is, I've got residue on the floor, I've got puddles on the floor. How do I properly maintain my wood floors? And so well over a decade ago, we actually developed a very unique wood floor cleaner, Amy, that has become wildly popular for us. And we now have not only our clients religiously using it, but we have the general public starting to use it as well. It's available in retail, it's available through our website, any number of different locations. It's fairly easy to get. But this product is specifically designed to remove dirt, remove contaminants off the surface of the floor, and not hurt the coating of the floor. So that's the biggest thing that we run across is, my floor is only 3 years old, or my floor is only 5 years old. Why does it look so tired? Why does it look so dull or hazy, or any number of different complaints? And in many cases, it's the result of incorrect or improper floor maintenance. And it's usually these all-purpose or multi-purpose cleaning products people are using, or they're putting too much water on the floor, or they're using vinegar or Murphy's oil soap, or any number of products that they really shouldn't be using on their floors, which are contributing to kind of coating the floor and encapsulating all of this dust and dirt and debris, and not really cleaning the floors correctly or effectively. So we've kind of taken the guesswork out of all of that by creating a product that you simply spray onto the floor. It's already pre-mixed, comes right out of a spray bottle. You simply wipe the floor, and our product is designed to really just lift that dirt off the surface and leave the surface completely clean.
So that's for hardwood floors?
It's designed for hardwood floors. It's designed for laminate floors. We actually have a total of 6 products that we have developed. The wood floor cleaner is designed to do any of the wood floors that are currently on the market. So whether your floor was sanded in your home or it was pre-finished at the factory and then installed, it's designed for any of those surfaces. But we also have a product that's designed to clean, for example, laminate and vinyl floors. So slightly different formulation. We also have another one that does tile and grout. We have another product that does natural stones. So, for example, if you have marble or granite in your foyer or in your master bath, we have a product for that as well. We have cabinetry cleaning products. So, for example, if you have dirt or grime or grease that's collected on your kitchen cabinetry, we have a product that you, again, spritz onto the surface and just simply wipe it off, and it's designed to really just remove all of those contaminants and leave that surface clean.
And you brought up the marble and granite cleaner. Is that also good for the counters, or is this strictly good for floors?
So we actually have a countertop cleaner that is designed to clean natural surfaces as well as formica and other surfaces. So we have a separate countertop cleaner that will do a fantastic job cleaning the countertops in your kitchen or your bathrooms.
So you guys have spent a lot of time figuring out the correct formula in order to create these products that don't ruin the surface, but actually enhance them.
We have, Amy. It's taken us many years to come up with these formulations, and we hired a team of chemists to work with us on all of these different formulations, and it was really in an effort to try to assist our clients initially, because again, once prior to having these products, once the floor was done, we really didn't have any good recommendation for them of how to maintain their floor. So somebody that spends $5,000, $10,000, for example, on a wood floor, and 15, 20 years ago, we would say, here's your new wood floor, and good luck, because we had nothing to basically recommend to them, and we would start to receive calls 3 years in, 5 years in, of again these tired, hazy, terrible looking floors, and we know that our floors are designed to last significantly longer. Why were they looking so bad? And it really came down to maintenance. And since there were no good options on the market, we said to ourselves, we have to create our own product. And initially, the first launch was close to probably about 15 years ago at this point. The first launch was our wood floor cleaner, and all the other products, came later. But it was really in an effort to, leave our clients with the ability to maintain their floors correctly and to get the full life out of their floors. And again, the products worked so well that we brought them to the general market, and very well received. And we have a lot of clients that, again, will sign up. For example, we have an auto ship program where they'll just go onto our website at mrfloor.com, and they will sign up for the auto ship, and they can set the intervals. Well, some clients want it within 30 days. Some clients will say, we want it every 60 days. Whatever your interval is, depending on how often you clean, we take the guesswork out of it by sort of setting that shipping program for you, and then the product just shows up at your door. And again, clients that regularly use our products really are seeing a significant difference in the way their floors look, the vibrancy that their floor has, the fact that they're clean, the fact that they're not coated with anything or encapsulated by any coating or film that's on the surface. We really can keep these floors clean. And again, it's all in an effort to not only make them look good, Amy, but also to extend their life and to give that homeowner the full lifespan of that floor.
Yeah, that's so important. You spend the money on this, and then you've got you yourself or the cleaning lady comes in, and then she's using the wrong product on it, and that's
right.
A bit frustrating.
Absolutely. And in many cases, Amy, there's so much guesswork, with these cleaning people. They're doing their best, but, in many cases, they lack the education of what surface am I really cleaning and how am I going to make sure that I don't cross-contaminate from my wood floor to my tile floor. So we, again, try to make it very simple and very easy. All of the products are individualized. They all have their own distinct color. They all have their own distinct scent. So our homeowners really love, giving our cleaning product to their cleaning people, and the cleaning people really love and enjoy using it because it's simple. You simply spray it and wipe it, and they don't have to guess, well, do I take a bucket of water and what do I put in there? And, am I leaving too much water on the surface if I'm just using a rag or a mop? Because, water and wood really don't go well together. So we want to make sure that we limit how much water is being splashed onto the floor and what chemicals are being used. And our products really take all that guesswork out of it.
You bring up cleaning these floors. The salt and the snow melt. These products are going to save us from the issues that we have with this time of year with the salt and the snow melt, right? You just keep it up there and you just wipe it up?
That's exactly right. I mean, the product is designed to be used year-round, but it's especially important to remove all of the salt and snow and puddles properly as soon as possible off the surface of that floor. Because again, if it's a wood floor and you leave a puddle, a dirty puddle with, that's sort of there because you've left your boots out on the floor or whatever the case might be, that wood is going to want to absorb whatever is within that puddle of water. So if it happens to be salt or snow melt or debris or whatever the case is, it could discolor the floor. It could attack the coating of the wood floor. So the goal there is to remove that excess moisture, and then you spray the Mr. Floor wood floor cleaner onto that area. You can grab a paper towel simply and just wipe it off. And now you know that you've removed all of those contaminants, all of that salt off the surface, and you know that you've now cleaned your floors and you don't have to worry about the dulling effect of salt or water or any residue.
Oh, that's great. So now I believe that you've got a coupon, a special going on right now, a discount for people.
We do. So because, again, this time of the year, the conversation is sort of revolving around, proper winterization of your home and proper maintenance of your floors, we wanted to give folks a chance to try the product. We know they're going to love it, but as a small incentive, we have created a 20% off coupon or promo code for anybody that would like to try the product. They would simply go to mrfloor.com and they would go to the online order area of the website where they can purchase the products, and they would simply enter the promo code Try Mr. Floor. It's that simple. And with that promo code, they'll get a nice 20% discount on their first order to try the product. We're confident they're going to love it, but this again is a small incentive for them to try it and see what all the excitement is about.
Well, I appreciate that, and I know that our clients and friends and family will appreciate that too. I think this has been incredibly educational for people. I don't think that people understand, that things do change in the winter and that how your hardwood floors could actually, this could cause winter can be tough on them.
Yeah, winter can be absolutely brutal on a wood floor, especially, or really on the entire home. And so, again, our goal is to educate the homeowner on some of the things that they can do preventatively to make sure that their home is functioning correctly, that the environment is not hostile to a wood floor, and that they have great cleaning products to maintain those beautiful wood floors for many years to come.
Yeah, that's great. And so, again, if people want to reach you, how do they reach out to you? And give us the location of the store, too.
Sure. So we're located in Skokie. We're at 3828 West Oakton Street. We've got a beautiful showroom there, and people can give us a call and set a time to come and meet with us. Or they can contact us by calling us directly at 847-674-7500. Or, again, our website, which has a wealth of information, and we talk about all the things we've been discussing today through our blog posts that we have on our website, as well as all of the cleaning products that are available. And that website address is mrfloor.com, so www.mrfloor.com, or our phone number at 847-674-7500.